What's it like? Could the Pelicans trade CJ McCollum? I don't know. Let's find out right now with Pelicans Scoop. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jordan Kitchens, and this is Pelicans Scoop. We are back again with another episode. Happy you guys are locked in with me. Please stop what you're doing right now. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, comment, please. I want to have a healthy discourse. We're here to just talk. We're here to have conversation. So I want to have conversation with the people that are rocking with me. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe. And today's episode, as you heard from my little hook in the beginning, you know, this non-sponsored episode, just jokes. Could the Pelicans trade CJ McCollum? And when you say that out loud, some people feel like, yeah, we should trade CJ McCollum. Some people, on the other hand, like, nah, man, he came here, he changed the culture, the vibe, and yes, two things can be true. But the truth of the matter is, and the episode that I discussed yesterday, is that this lineup, man, and I responded to a comment on the video. I can't think of your name, but he said, we're thinking about going about 8 to 9 deep. I feel that. But he doesn't believe that there is any type of continuity with this lineup, with this current lineup structure. And just to refresh everybody's memory, we got DeJounte Murray from the Hawks, and it's currently CJ McCollum at the 2, DeJounte Murray at the 1, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, Zion. So these are just guys' names that are thrown out there. But we already confirmed that Brandon Ingram and Zion and Herb Jones maybe are going to be in the starting lineup. Well, Murray, of course, because you don't trade for him and don't expect him to start. But moving CJ McCollum, that's the matter at hand. Is CJ McCollum the odd man out, or is it Brandon Ingram? Regardless of the fact, there has to be some type of way that the Pelicans can get themselves out of the situation. Because I broke down the West with the big men. We already know Jokic, Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren, Gobert, Cat, just naming a few guys, Lively. Like, these are giants in the West, and you're going to need that type of strong front court to even withstand a 7-game series, because it's just not going to happen. We're okay team rebounding, but that's not really our strengths. So looking at CJ McCollum, right? He has 2 years left on his contract. He's currently 32 years old, planning on turning 33 in September. All right, you're paying him $33 million this year, and then you're going to be paying him $30 million next year. I don't know what team wants a aging, small 2-guard that doesn't play defense, really. He shoots the 3-ball well, shoots really well from the 3, but at the same time, you're not really, might play make a little bit, but CJ, you're not really looking at with that from CJ. You're expecting CJ to come get you 20-some points, shoot a couple threes, and just manage the game. But at this point in time, it's really not meshing with this lineup, especially with like the red flag needs that this team needs. CJ McCollum could be a valuable asset that we might be able to get something back. But he's one of those players that you would have to wait in the middle of the season right before the trade deadline to move. CJ McCollum is not a player that we're just going to, like a Brandon Ingram. He only has 1 year left on his contract, right? 1 year, well, after this year. That's why it's ridiculous that he's still on this team, because they still don't have him under contract. And Trey Murphy also has 2 years left on his contract, same as CJ McCollum. Other difference between Trey and CJ is Trey's a restricted free agent, so he can't just hop in the open market. Like, a team will have to offer him, and the Pelicans could match that offer if they wanted to, or the price tag too high or whatnot. But CJ, on the other hand, is unrestricted, like Brandon Ingram, so he can go do whatever he want to do. So that's why it's a dire need that the Pelicans kind of need to make a trade. If you're not going to sign Brandon Ingram, you need to get rid of one of these guys, or you're just going to lose them, because CJ's not getting younger. It's not getting younger. It's not happening, right? So at a certain point, I'm going to say it's the elephant in the room yet, because CJ play is not declining. It's not like I'm saying CJ, like you're looking at CJ McCollum play, and it's like, okay, we see him about to hit the wall. Like, we see it coming. He's about 3 months away from going into the wash machine and just being fully washed. He's not that. I am never going to see. CJ's not even close to that. He's still a valuable player in this league, but his price tag, and the reason why I have a problem with him coming off the bench is because of his price tag. So everybody, let's have an all learning exercise. We're gonna take a nice little learning exercise. In what universe does I ain't gonna say any NBA team, in what universe is a 6-man off the bench worth $33 million a year? In what universe are you paying a 32-year-old 6-man a max contract to come off the bench? That is bad money management. That is how you continue to be a losing franchise. Like, that's, if you want to find a way to stay in purgatory, you do things like that. So I get it. Yeah. Oh, people, they want to honk. Yeah. Put CJ to the bench, blah, blah, blah. But listen, man, at this price tag, that's a starter price tag. You're not for all that, you can get that 30-something million to Trey, and we ain't got to worry about, we ain't got to worry about this no more. We can give it to Trey. I mean, you can give it to BI if you want to. He doesn't shoot enough threes for my liking, but $33-something million to come off the bench. That's just not, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. It's pros and cons to each player, though. It's pros and cons. Like, BI's 26, Trey's 24, CJ's 32. I really want to call CJ 33, but it's 32. So it's pros and cons to each. Do you want to lose BI, who doesn't shoot as many threes? It's going to be at a higher price tag. I don't know if they're still talking about the $200 million price tag that he was looking for over the summer. The reason why he's still not without a deal and still in New Orleans, kind of, because nobody really wanted to give him that type of money after the season he just had. He played through injury, but, the NBA is a game about shooting threes, man. These long-range, mid-range, two-point shots, like, it's all good and fine and dandy when they're going in. But when they're not going in, that's when it's like, BI. Like, come on, man. Take a three. Hit it. Go to the rack. You don't have to shoot a spin-around fadeaway with a hand in your face all the time. Especially when you got Zion on the floor, whose gravity alone is spacing the floor. That's why you have guys like CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy, Jordan Hawkins, Herb Jones now, corner pocket Herb Jones in the corner shooting almost 35% from three. Like, it's just, I'm not even going to sit here and act like I have the answers to fix this. I'm just trying to bring solutions of what could try and make a fix. But regardless of the fact is, you can't keep CJ, BI, and Trey. It's not happening. And especially paying Zion, you're trying to basically bring in some type of big man, because there's no way they're going to keep rolling with it. It's not. I don't see this out. They're going to have to bring somebody in. This is not a viable front court we have with Daniel Tice, Yves Missi, and Carlo. Maybe something could change. I don't see that happening. So you're going to have to pay for a big man sooner or later. Unless Yves Missi's the second coming of Dwight Howard, God willingly, then I don't really see that happening. So at the end of the day, you have to get rid of one of these guys. One of these guys is not going to be on this team next year. Maybe two of them might not be on this team next year. But I know one thing for sure. No. I know two things. Not one. I know two things. I know thing number one is that Trey Murphy shoots threes, gets to the rim. His defense might not be Herb Jones level, but Trey Murphy, when he wants to lock in, he can lock in. Like, he's not a traffic cone out there. Trey Murphy can sit in that chair. He can get busy with you for a little bit. Right? That's a guy that you sign. Young. That's a guy you give that type of money to. Brandon Ingram. It's 26. It's not old. He's been in the league a long time because he came in young, but he's not old at all. But we gonna see. We're gonna see what these Pelicans are gonna do. It's been another episode of the Pelicans Scoop, man. Thank you guys for joining. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Just know, next week we have some more stuff coming. We're gonna have a lot more intuitiveness. I don't know if we have some guests, but I might try. I might pull a couple strings. But thank you guys for staying locked in with us. This is the Pelicans Scoop with Jordan Kitchens. I'm signing out.